morning. I wanted to show you something that has been in the works for many months. I've been working with a friend of mine who is much more knowledgeable in printing these things than I am, and this has been a project that we've gone back and forth on. We've made numerous design changes. He's shipped me numerous samples for testing, and we're finally at the point where we have a wonderful system. So if you know Flatlander Surfcasting, my whole kind of mindset about my bags is that I like modularity. I like you being able to attach different accessories onto the side of the bag. I was never a fan of surfcasting bags where a pocket was sewn here and something else was sewn to the other side, and that was the way that the bag was always going to be. And that's why I've got my buddy lock system on my bags, where you can, pick and choose what accessories. Okay, I want to throw a pliers sheath on the side of the bag today. I want to throw an extra tube on the side of the bag, or maybe I'm going out tonight and I don't want anything on the bag, so I'm just going to take every accessory off of it. That's kind of the mindset that we approached these inserts with. So an opportunity that people have realized over the past few years is tube inserts. And these are things that slide inside of a surfcasting tube to create dividers and stuff like that, so that your lures that are in there don't all tangle together and create a barrel of monkeys when you pull them out of there. So I wanted to work with my friend on creating a system that would take into the mindset, the Flatlander mindset, of modularity and adaptability when we created this. So I don't have everything with me today. There's a couple pieces that I'm missing, but I have the majority of it here. And what we've created, I should say he's created, and with my input, has been, let's show you this. I've got, there's a 2-tube upper and lower, 3-tube, let's call it a 3-pack upper and lower. There's a 4-pack inline upper and lower. There's a 4-pack cube for my cube bags upper and lower. And there's even a 6-pack upper and lower. There will also be an upper and lower that'll just be for a single tube for people who have like a buddy lock add a tube on their bag, or people that have my long single tubes and stuff like that for needlefish. So let me show you how this works. So I'm going to show it with a 3-pack because that is most popular. So we've got a number of drain holes that are in the bottom to get the water out of your tubes. And these are designed for my tubes. I don't know if they'll work on other tubes. I use a special tube that is drawn to my specifications only. They're made out of PETG material, and they're a wall thickness that tends to be thicker than other surf casting companies have used. So I don't know if this system will work with other tubes from other manufacturers. My gut feeling is that it probably won't. So let's show you how this works. So take the tubes and insert them into the bottom. And then you've got the top. And you can see on the top that there's some indents, or some, not indents, there's some tabs that protrude out from the lip. And those are pretty important to the system. So we've got those in the bottom there. And then put on the top. And that creates the tube system. Now, we have a number of different inserts that can go into the tube. This one, I think, is probably going to be one of the more popular ones, and it's a hook lock. So it's got about I think there's a dozen locks, indents around the edge here, where when you put a lure inside the tube, the bend of the hook will lock into this and just keep it from shifting around. So you take this, I'll show you on the bottom here. There's a keyway on the bottom, a twist lock keyway. So you take that, put it onto the insert, the top cap on the tubes, give it a twist. And that is locked on to the upper component of the system. Now he's also created a 3-tube insert just to help keep lures from tangling up. So this slides in the same way. It's got the little keyway on there. Put it into the insert or into the top cap, give it a twist, and lock it in place. And there's also a 4-way insert. Same thing, lock it in, align the tabs, give it a twist, and lock it in place. Then when you want to take something out, give it a twist, and remove them. I've also created a false bottom. You can see that it's got some holes in there. These can be helpful when you have shorter lures in the tube. If you don't have any inserts in there or anything, you can drop this into the tube and it'll keep those shorter lures from dropping all the way down, and because they can be kind of a pain to get out of there when that happens. And then some of the other inserts that are created. This is one for jigs, for like bucktails. And it's got a platform in the center so that the bend of the hook sits on the platform and the bucktail doesn't fall down the tube. Put that in there, give it a twist, and lock it in place. And there's another one. This would be like for sluggos. Give it in, put it in the tube, give it a twist, and lock it in place. And then we have 3, I'm going to get these out of here. Let's get these unlocked. We have 3 inserts for a very common jig that's used on the Cape Cod Canal and all over really, but these are by a company made by Al Gag. So this insert is made for 3/4 inch Al Gag weight jigs. There's another one that's a little bit bigger that's made for 1 ounce. And then we've got another one that's even bigger that's made for 3 ounce. And again, there is a plate on the bottom where the bend of the hook rests on there. The tail hangs through here, and then you can grab out the jig that you want. Let's get these back out. I'll show you another one that's been created. This is what's called a full-length sluggo insert. So people who are fishing with sluggo style jigs with the tails on there, a lot of times with those rubber tails, you can get color transfer from one tail to the other. If you've got white tails in there and you've got pink tails in there, when they touch over time, you can have color transfer. So this full-length insert eliminates the possibility of the color transferring from one tail to the other. Same thing, put it in there, give it a twist, and lock it in place. So let's get this out of here now, and I'll show you some of the here we go. This is tight. There we go. So then on the other designs here for other bags, here's just your regular 2-tube, which is a really popular bag that I build. Same thing. And like I said, got all the way up to a 6-tube. And let's throw that one together quickly here. The work that he's done on this is pretty amazing because it's gone through a lot of different design changes, as you can imagine. I would get something and we'd have to make changes, and boy, just like everything, designing something like this to get it the way that you want it has been quite a project over the months. And there's a 6-tube. And I am checking right now, but I believe that for someone that would want to bond these components to the tubes, I think a dab of silicone caulk is going to work. I haven't tested it yet to make sure, but I think that if you wanted to like bond the tubes into the components, I think just a dab of silicone caulk would do the job. But I'll have to confirm that. Let's get this out of here. So this is where we've started so far, and I would imagine that you are going to have suggestions for different inserts. I know that I've already thought that just a halfway, a two-way divider might be really nice for people who are fishing bigger lures, some of the metal lips and stuff like that. That might be a future print to create. Maybe some differing heights of the false bottoms would be something to create. But leave me a comment below if you know of inserts that you think would be helpful to your style of fishing, and we can work on creating those inserts. This system will be an option for my bags. My standard tubes, let me get these here. My standard way that I do my tubes is going to be that the way the bags are going to continue to come with my caps, and then I bond these tubes together. That won't change. That will be the way that my bags come standard. This will be an option. It'll be an option that you can select at the time that you order your bag. And I will also make this an option in my other form. I've got two forms. There's one that's my bag quote and order form, and then I have my belt and accessory quote and order form. I'll have these accessories listed on the bag quote and order form, so you could add this at the time you order a bag. But I'll also add these on the belt and accessory quote and order form so that these could be added a la carte in the future. So if you've got any questions, please let me know. I will get these. They should already be, by the time this video is up, they should already be on the forms. I don't know what his print capacity is, but I know that when someone puts them on their bag form, I'm going to get an order in to him so that I've got stuff on order, and I'll also try to keep an inventory of components here as well. But we're going to have to work together and see what his print capacity is so that we can handle a la carte orders on a timely basis. So if you've got any questions, please let me know. But this is something that I'm really excited about. It's such a cool system. It goes along with the ethos of Flatlander, having everything as like a component system that you can mix and match and change stuff around for the style of fishing that you do. You could have a day bag with inserts. You could switch it out and make it a night bag for different lures that you're going to use at nighttime. It's just such a cool way to stay in the whole Flatlander mindset of modularity. So appreciate your time in watching this, and I hope you're as excited about this as I am. Have a great day, and I hope you're all having a wonderful fishing season.